Hello everyone, and welcome back to Realms of the Haunting. We're continuing on with the Trials of Sheol. We completed 2 of them last time, the Brain Maze, and smashing a whole bunch of mirrors. It's how that went. And Rebecca, unfortunately, is no longer going along with Adam, because it was discovered that she was the RJ who used to be Florentine's disciple and mistress. And Adam just took off in a huff when he learned this. So maybe we'll meet up with Rebecca again, but for right now, she's not here. Only Adam is. So let's go on through the arch again and see what the 3rd trial is all about. We end up in a room with hallways around us looking all alike. Well, we can't go back in here. We have to find some way to put this fire out, and the way we do it is by solving a whole lot of puzzles. So it turns out, I guess, that the developers at Gremlin Interactive, they made a bunch of different kinds of puzzles for this game engine, and they were gonna use them. Let's start off. Let's just start with the hallway we were looking at. All right, there's a door right here, and we can't open that. Some kind of wheel. We can click on it and open the door. So, the final trial of Sheol, before we can get to the Chamber of the Soul Stone, is we have to solve a whole lot of puzzles. For example... well, we can't get through that. The floor has a checkerboard pattern, and if we go all the way back, that force field disappears. So, it's probably the case that we would have to walk on the floor in a certain kind of pattern, and this is really all trial and error. Adam Randall just has to keep doing this over and over until he figures out which are the safe tiles, which I think goes like this. And there we are. The goal of each of these puzzle rooms usually is to find one of these. We put our hand on that, and oh no, the floor has become acid. Well, only one thing to do, and that's take a step out. It turned into floor. Let's keep going. Oh no, it didn't. This did not turn into floor. That hurt us. So, we now have to find a pattern to find our way back. Again, this seems like pure trial and error. I don't see any clues. You just have to keep walking until tiles appear, or you start getting hurt, and if you start getting hurt, then you want to walk back. And you notice there's a force field there. We can't just run up to it over the acid because we can't get past that force field, but when we get the last tile... well, I guess we didn't want to stay in there anyway. Alright, what's our reward for doing that? Well, the force field on this is gone. We can move the dial, and when we moved it all the way down, the lights dimmed. Maybe we'll have to figure out what that means later, but for right now, let's just leave it as it is. And let's just keep going around this room, doing it methodically. Solving the most devious puzzles and traps that Sheol has to offer. Like this one. Behold, the magic of Sheol. These platforms, they move with the touch of a button. Have you never seen such feats? So that floor down there, it has like an animated texture, so you can probably assume that's going to hurt us. Let's not walk on that. It's kind of hard to tell what's on the other side. But you can see there's a sort of gap in the wall. Alright, so let's try to move these platforms around so we can reach the gap. We can't really jump across them, you can see, because they have ceilings that come down. So we can stand in the middle, but we can't really jump up or anything. Might be a little difficult to see what it is that I'm doing. But I'm just trying to move the platforms so it creates sort of a zigzag pattern going up to the far wall. Alright, let's try and see if this works. And we just go back the way we came. Nothing turns to acid now. The brilliant puzzle-solving mind of Adam Randall is more than a match for the puzzles of hell. They cannot hope. I mean, Adam Randall solved the brain maze by himself. Surely this is no challenge for him. This part of the floor is lit up. Well, I'm sure nothing bad would happen if we walked on it. Or maybe something very bad would happen if we walked on it. Let's try to jump over it. So jumping is good here, because we don't want to stand on these platforms. Some kind of broken mirror in there. But where are we... Oh, there's another mirror and a force field on top of it, and that mirror is sort of moving back and forth. Well, Adam Randall would break that mirror if he could, but that force field is protecting it. So what is it where are we trying to go here? Alright, there's a hallway right at the end there. What do you suppose would happen if we just walked on inside? Right, so maybe let's not do that. Maybe let's first figure out if there's anything we can do to deactivate the fireball shooters in this room. Another mirror with a force field. And that's another broken mirror in there. Alright, this mirror has no force field. And now we've broken it. Well, I mean, broken mirrors... in the world of Realms of the Haunting, it's only a good thing. Only good things happen if you break mirrors. There's nothing in this one. What's that about? So clearly the goal is to break as many as possible. That was a close one. Those do a lot of damage, by the way. Not enough to one-hit kill you or anything, but they do a significant amount of damage. And this is one room where it's really good to have all of these health potions that we picked up, in case I make a mistake. Because I don't know... Oh, hold on. The force field on this one is gone. That's right. So every time we break one, the force field on another disappears. That one is still there. But there was one down here. Over here. Over here. And now, what about the one up here? Yep, that's exposed. And now the lights have gone dim. And the platforms, well, they're not shooting us anymore. We can walk... never mind. That potion we picked up does a full heal, so that's good. I meant to do that to show how effective that potion is. Clearly, we can walk in here now. But there's nothing in here except this platform that looks very different from everything else. Let's jump on it. I like how when the environment moves around in this game, it doesn't look like it's raising or lowering. Rather, it looked like it was compressing down into the floor. Like, everything does that moves around in the environment. Alright, do I still have to jump over these? Because I thought I could walk freely, so I'm just going to jump over them just in case. Alright, that is now exposed. Continuing on. So, I mean... this chamber, like the brain maze, it takes you a while, your first time through. Because there's all kinds of puzzles, and then you come up to like something like this, and you're wondering, you don't know what this is? What is this? There's like levers, and you can pull them. And that makes things move around. you can get mixed up real easy in this puzzle, because if you just pull levers at random, this is going to get all messed up. Now, we can see that there are, like, guns here. And there's a force field over there. Same thing on the lower level. So maybe we want to clear a path for these guns, because if I press this button here... Yeah, that gun is shooting. Okay, so... one thing I should be thankful for is the walkthrough on realmsofthehaunting.com. Not the official one by Interplay, but the fan-made one that they host, because it tells you exactly which switches to flick. So I'm thankful that I didn't have to work this out myself, because when I beat this game, I just flicked them randomly until I eventually got the correct pattern. And that took a while. So, let's see... we want, right now, to pull the second switch, third switch, 7th, and 5th. And that clears up the bottom row. That destroyed the force field, but we need to shoot again. And now that destroyed whatever it is that was in there. And now the top gun is shooting. All right. Let's be a maverick and clear the way for that top gun. And, whoops, I don't know if I meant to click that one. Hold on. No, what I need is the second switch, the 6th, and the 5th. And now, once again... and we did it. So, of course, you're supposed to figure that out on your own, but most likely the way you're going to do it is just keep flicking these switches at random, making a whole mess of things until you finally get it right. And it'll take some time, but Adam Randall does not have that much time. He needs to save all of humanity from the forces of evil. And these puzzles are in his way. Now, what's this? It's another gun. I can shoot it, but this wall's in the way. Out of the way! Get out of there. Okay. There's like gems over there, and we can shoot the gun.
Look at the colors in this.
Oh, it's beautiful. Let me just aim the gun at it. There we go. Let's shoot some gems.
Amber. Fossil resin.
I'm not sure what the puzzle is here. I think maybe one of the developers just made like a turret and thought it was cool and wanted to put it in the game. So here it is.
I know this one. It's an emerald.
It's a whole bunch of emeralds now. I mean, it would have been pretty cool if you could actually use this in combat.
A garnet stone, I believe.
I don't know why this is the only place this appears. And lastly is something that we can't get a description of for some reason. And that's done. Don't fall down there, because there's fire. Like, that's not even really a puzzle. That's just... Here's this mounted gun, shoot these things. But, I mean, we'll do it. It's fun. Alright, now this is probably the most annoying puzzle in this section. So you see we have these 5 switches. These are not the goals. The goal is in there. Like, you see that? There's like a switch in there. We have to get in there. But it's surrounded by force fields. These green force fields, and these switches will make individual force fields go up and down. So you need to hit the right sequence of buttons to make the correct force fields open up. That will create a corridor going to that switch. And again, the first time you're going through this game, you're going to be standing there at those switches, just hitting them randomly over and over again, just trying to figure out the pattern, trying to figure out what needs to go up and what needs to go down to create a path for you to get to that switch. Well, it turns out to be surprisingly easy. Because it actually just turns out that the only thing you need to do is hit this, then hit this, And here we go! This was probably the longest single thing that I was spending time on to solve in this entire game. And you only need 2 switches. And you do it. So I don't know whether to be happy or annoyed about that. Alright, here's another gun. Like, there's a gun over there, and we could shoot the gun. When we do that, though, its shot ricochets off these orbs. Now, what we need to do is turn these dials, which will affect the direction that they're ricocheting, because you see how they're all pointing up. So when this gun shoots, it hits this, which equates to the bottom right on here, and the bottom right is pointing up, so the shot goes up to the second layer is up here, and then that one is pointing up, so it continues on into the wall. If I were to turn this, let's say I turned it to the right. So now when the shot ricochets off this orb, it should go into the wall. Let's see. Yeah, so you see how this goes? We control the direction of the shots from here. So you can spend some time trying to figure out how this goes. When the shot ricochets off the orb, it goes vertically a little bit, because there are different heights. Like, here's the lowest height, here's the medium height, and here's the top height. So 3 heights, actually more, because there's a higher heights up here. And up here you can see that there's a target. So we have to figure out what to ricochet the shots off of in order to reach that target. And, we could experiment with that. We could, or we could just use the walkthrough to tell us what these dials need to be on for this to work. So the walkthrough says... It says this should be, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. First row should be like that. Second row, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Second row should be like that, and third row should be like that. Okay. So now, when we hit the switch, this should work. It's a fun little puzzle, It takes a little while, but I think it's not bad, because you observe the direction that the shots are going in, and then you figure out how to adjust the dials, and you do it one at a time until you finally get to the correct path. It's a fun little thing, I think. It's better than that other gun puzzle that we did with the 2 rows and the 7 switches. That one was not fun. Speaking of one that's not fun, hey, Adam Randall's worst nightmare has arrived. He is in a hall of mirrors, and he cannot break them. These mirrors are unbreakable. Just like, it's like they're supernatural mirrors. Not the supernatural mirrors that we already broke that belong to Doppelgangus. These are different supernatural mirrors. We have to make our way through the mirror maze. So the walls are either black or they are mirrors. That is some nice animation on Adam's jump right there. What if he ducks? Alright, so if Adam ducks, the animation is that he walks. I guess there was no reason to create a ducking animation that you would rarely ever see. But that's what happens. Alright, so the only thing I remember here is that we're trying to make our way to the right-hand side of the maze. We're trying not to get lost, trying not to get confused by all of these mirrors, and try not to get overcome with the overwhelming urge to shatter them, because we can't. They are invincible. This looks like a dead end. This is an easy one to end up in dead ends in. Because, you get it's kind of hard to tell where there are actual hallways and where you're just seeing reflections. Here we go. Alright, we found the switch. Adam, how's everyone doing? Everyone's doing okay. Alright, we found the switch. Now we have to make our way back out. So we're trying to stay to the left? Okay, I think this opens up after we hit that switch. We haven't seen it before. It's a confusing one. You just have to remember which direction you're generally trying to get to. But I think we're making our way back. It's kind of hard to tell. Oh no, I'm in a corner with 2 more atoms. Alright, here we go. We made our way out of the mirror maze. Adam is just sweating profusely over the incredible urge to shatter all those mirrors that he could not do. Oh, we have completed all of the puzzle rooms. Yep, all those force fields are gone. Alright, so what do we do now? Alright, so this is the first one. Now, we saw before that when we have it pointed down, the light turns off. So that's the only thing that happens. Should we try to do that with all the dials? Well, not quite yet, because let's take a look. Okay, that one, it's turned off. That one moved when I moved that one. So they don't move individually. Some dials will affect others, which means that it can be difficult to actually get all of them to turn off. So the way that I did it, if I remember this right, I went to the next one. Alright. So that should have turned something else off as well. And then from the first one, I did the other side. So I turned this one off. Alright, there's 1 over there. 2. Okay, only 2 left. Now, I think the way it works is something from a dial on the left will affect a dial on the right. So, since I'm hoping that if I turn this dial, it'll affect this one, I'm going to go over here. And it worked. And so a new friend has come out to see us. He has a flamethrower. Okay, he is not friendly. So, according to Interplay's walkthrough, this fellow's name is Pyrichial.
Come and face me, Adam! Face the fire of your soul! It burns here, and it will burn you!
So we haven't heard this name before. Pyrichial is apparently a greater demon and the master of fire. This is his realm.
Bottomless perdition there to dwell, in adamantine chains and penal fire! What say you, Adam?
I say I like his personality. He's talky. He's more talkative than most of the characters we've seen so far. Even though we haven't heard his name, he hasn't appeared in the story, he knows who Adam is, and he is—
Bottomless perdition there to dwell, in adamantine chains and penal fire! What say you, Adam?
He is talking all kinds of smack. But, he's very slow, and even though he is shooting fire, I mean, I think we're gonna have to take care of him.
Come and face me, Adam! Face the fire of your soul! It burns here, and it will burn you!
He continues boasting, even in death. Well, I can respect that. So that's Pyrichial. He is the lord of this place. Pyrichial or Pyrichial? I'm not sure how you would pronounce that. He's dead now, either way, so I guess it doesn't matter. And with that, the final trial over with, we can leave. We end up in the familiar field again, but now that we've completed these 3 trials, what happens now if we go through the arch? We end up in somewhere else. We end up outside of a castle, and there are enemies here, as well as, hey, another one of these full heals. Let's pick that up. And that was quite rude of this fellow over here. I think one of these guys did that. So let us get up all on this. And, you know, I'm doing actually quite well in terms of healing potions. I have a lot. And we are pretty much at the end of the game, so I don't really have to worry about a whole lot anymore. These guys are dead. What about those other guys? And where are they? I saw them flying around. Oh, there you go. No, come here, please. Thought I saw 2. Yeah, here's the other one. They're evasive. Where'd that guy go? Yeah, he's good. Oh, there he is. Alright, he tried to rush me, but that was to no avail. He had the right idea by hiding and darting out. But anyway, we're done with that. And we're done with these guys, and now we're going into a castle. A castle with a broken gate. And once again, Sheol seems like a very lovely place, even though, you know, the skybox kind of ends right here. Like, there's a nice graphic of the sky, and then sort of ends, and then becomes like a solid color. So, you know, that is not a technical error. That is just the magic of this amazing realm that we see before us. This is not Earth. This is not Helid, so it doesn't work the same way that we expect things to work. There's a majestic tower over here, but right here is something that looks familiar. We've seen that before.
Seems to be a charge coming from this. Can't work out what it is.
Yeah, we've seen a green stone like that in the house, and we used it to teleport to another place.
Can't work this out. The stone looks melted.
There are melted stones around the green stone. Let's see if we can get all of them in one shot. Because if we do, it's kind of hard to pull back enough. Okay, that's good. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these stones. And then over here, there's a stone that looks a little bit different. Maybe we should take a look at that one.
Rebecca? Rebecca?
We have found Rebecca, and she is unconscious and in chains. We could try to wake her, or we could leave her to her fate. Now, I don't think we want to do that. We heard Adam's own thoughts on Rebecca in the last supplement, and he's hoping that it turns out, you know, that she's still on his side, so he doesn't want to leave her here either. So let's try to wake her. It's only right.
Chloroform. Should have listened.
Indeed.
What have you done with her?
I have done nothing with her. Then again, Why would you believe anything I said?
You got that right. What now?
I would have thought that to be most obvious. For no reason but this, you are going to die.
You better do your best. Because if I'm going out, I'm taking you with me.
Oh no, it was Belial the whole time. Oh, that scamp. He created an illusion of Rebecca, making us think that she was in trouble, and it was actually him. Hold on. He stole eternity from us because he's good at that. You know, it's established at this point that he's pretty good at taking that sword from Adam. And he's just shooting at us from here. Fortunately, he can't get past this stone, but we need to get eternity back, and we need to get to that green stone over there. So, you know, we still do have all kinds of weapons. It would help if I could hit with them. You know what? I think that Belial has caused us so much trouble, and I think that what he deserves is to go out by a human weapon. None of this magic, just a good old Colt 45. That's right. And one more in the head. So Belial has finally been defeated for good this time. Like, we actually killed him. Never again will he steal... I mean, who knows, maybe he'll still find a way to steal this from us, because Adam is really bad at keeping his hands on eternity and the Shrive. But we have them back now. Belial is dead. Which means there's only one more enemy, and that's Florentine. And next time, when we go through the stone... Actually, before we leave, you know, there's still one more thing to look at. There's a tower over there. It seems like it's not important because, I mean, hey, we had our showdown with Belial, and we could use the green stone to teleport to somewhere else, somewhere we need to be. Or we could just walk into this tower and look at the view. It looks all pretty. We don't actually have to go in here. It's completely optional. But you know, what use is life if you don't stop and enjoy the view from time to time? The gathering can wait. They said that Adam had to be there with the sword for the gathering to occur, so they can just wait on him, as far as I'm concerned.
What the hell? I'm getting an awful familiar feeling from this place. But why? It's like I've somehow been here before. A long time ago. Hell, if I don't know what's going on.
Yes, we have been here before. If you look up here... Hey, that's the hallway in the house, in the basement, where we saw this tree, the Tree of Life, I guess. Or no, the Tree of Knowledge, I think is what this is supposed to be. Something up here.
Those lights. Seems to be something growing in the lights.
Unfortunately, we can't do anything with that. That does nothing. Though at the bottom of the tree, hey, there is something for our time. How are we doing on health potions? Yep, we're doing well enough. Well enough. So yeah, if you remember that time when we went into that basement and we saw the image of this tree, well, here we are for real. It turned out the tree was in Sheol, and it was in this tower with this beautiful view. So, you know, even though things are rushing to a climax, even though we're about to go to the gathering where the ultimate conflict of good and evil is about to happen, you know, sometimes it's nice to just stop and take in the view. Because next time is the last part of Realms of the Haunting. We're going to go through that green stone, we're going to go to the gathering, and we're going to find out if Adam is going to save the world or damn it. But for right now, we can enjoy the view. I'll see you next time.